"You're not even a real aunt," my sister said loud enough for everyone at the baby shower to hear. I was holding the $730 worth of gifts I'd just carried in when Brittany's voice cut through the pastel decorations like a knife. The entire room went quiet. Aunts mid-bite with their fancy appetizers, cousins suddenly finding their phones fascinating, mom frozen with that forced smile she uses when pretending everything's fine. I'd just finished paying the $2,250 catering bill an hour earlier, the same catering Brittany begged me to cover because family helps family, and she was so stressed about money. The fancy silver platters, the custom cake that looked like it belonged in a magazine, the champagne fountain, all paid for by the woman who apparently wasn't even a real aunt. Dad actually chuckled from his chair, the one I'd rented along with all the others. "You should have known you're not welcome here." He was sipping from crystal glasses I'd specifically requested from the rental company, because Brittany wanted everything to look Instagram perfect. Here's what they didn't know. I'd been documenting everything for months, not out of paranoia, but because Brittany had a habit of forgetting who paid for what. Last Christmas, she posted photos of the dinner I'd cooked and paid for, captioning it, "I made this feast for my family." When I commented that I'd helped, she deleted it and blocked me for 3 days. That's when I started screenshotting everything. The baby shower was supposed to be my final gesture of goodwill. Brittany had called me crying 2 weeks ago, saying she couldn't afford the shower she wanted. "Everyone expects so much," she sobbed. "I just want one perfect day." So I covered everything. Venue, food, decorations, even the photographer she insisted on hiring. But this morning, while organizing receipts, I'd found something that changed everything. Brittany's Instagram story from last night posted to her close friends, "Watch me destroy my sister tomorrow. Dad and I have the perfect plan. She thinks throwing money at us makes her family. Time to remind her where she stands." 47 people had viewed it, including 3 of our cousins who were currently sitting in this room smirking, so I came prepared. I quietly pulled out my phone and opened the group chat where Brittany had been trash-talking me all week. Screenshots of her calling me desperate for attention, and probably infertile. That's why she's obsessed with my baby. Then I opened my banking app, showing every transaction I'd made for this shower, her rent payments I'd covered for 9 months, Dad's medical bills, the car insurance I'd been paying for 2 years. I didn't say a word. I just cleared my throat and turned my phone screen toward the room. "Before I leave," I said, my voice steady as glass, "I thought everyone should see what Brittany really thinks of the family she claims to love so much." I started reading her texts out loud. "Brittany, yesterday, 3:47 p.m. She's so pathetic, throwing money at us thinking it makes her family. Can't wait to see her face when Dad delivers the punchline. The color drained from her face faster than wine from a broken glass. Brittany, Tuesday. Watch her cry when I tell her she's not a real aunt. Dad thinks it'll be hilarious. Maybe she'll finally get the hint." Dad stopped chuckling. His face went from smug to mortified in real time. I kept reading. Every cruel comment, every plan to humiliate me, every laugh at my expense. The group chat where she'd been planning this moment for weeks, complete with predictions about how I'd react and bets on whether I'd run away crying. "And here's my personal favorite," I continued, scrolling to the Instagram story, posted last night to her close friends, and I quote, "Watch me destroy my sister tomorrow. She thinks throwing money at us makes her family. Time to remind her where she stands." By the time I finished, half the guests had left. Mom was crying into her napkin, and Brittany was screaming that I'd ruined everything and violated her privacy. Privacy? I laughed, genuinely amused for the first time all day. "You mean like how you violated mine by planning my humiliation as entertainment for your baby shower?" I looked around the room one last time at the decorations I'd paid for, picked up my carefully chosen gifts, and walked toward the door. "Enjoy the party," I called back. "And Brittany, next time you want to remind someone where they stand, make sure you're not standing on their dime." The best part? 3 hours later, Brittany's best friend Sarah called me. Apparently, Brittany had been planning to ask me to pay for the baby's daycare next month, plus cover the hospital bills since her insurance was complicated. Those calls never came. Instead, I got a text from Mom. "Please come home. We need to talk." I blocked the number.